Good morning, everybody. MacGyver Sharon. Man, it was cold last night. I went up a little bit in altitude. Yesterday I mentioned that I was gonna try to modify my truck for a swing around kind of tray to see if I can cook inside because it's freaking cold out there. So, trial first before I start screwing and unscrewing things in my build. Let me tell you some of the things I've discovered to keep a little bit warmer in here. So let me turn this camera around and let me show you a couple of things I've done, and then we'll set up the butane stove and try to cook inside. I'm hungry. Never did eat my Beyond Meat burger last night, but those french fries were good. So I'll see you in a minute. I'm gonna switch you around and show you a few things I do to warm up my camper shell in the back of my F-150, my big beautiful red truck. All right, hold on. So one of the things I got was these hot hand warmers. These are freaking awesome. They like last forever. So what I do is I put one down by my feet when I'm sleeping, and I keep one up above or if my hands fall out. I'm a chronic insomniac ever since I was, well, I can't remember much of the childhood, but ever since I was little. So I end up reading and stuff in the middle of the night. But, so these, they're not that expensive. I get them at Walmart. They're, these right here, these are the big ones. Super hand warmers. So you just open up a pack and you shake it up and it stays warm, and they're still warm. And I opened them up like 8 o'clock last night. And when I get up in the morning, I take them because they're still warm, and I put them in my shoes right there and let the shoes warm up before I put those on. So that's one thing I do. The next thing I do is I got some Reflectix like this with Velcro on them, and I put them over the curtains that I already have all the way around. I don't know how much difference that makes. It makes a difference to me, but because if you don't have them up, you can feel the cool air coming in. Ooh, don't get dizzy. I also have these things that I got in the very beginning of living. They're just like supposed to, my last shell was kind of leaky. It's supposed to absorb water that leaks in. So I put these like there, and it stops like some kind of air that leaks through somehow. I'm gonna get a couple more because I need some, don't get dizzy, down there where the truck meets the cab. Another thing I've done is I got this 12-volt electric blanket. I'll try to add the link. It's this little blue blanket here. I guess truckers use them. And my little 12-volt thing broke off first day I had it, slammed it in the door. Because I'm a klutz. But what I've done, since I am a tech after all, I've added these little connectors. So all my little 12-volt things, if I add these connectors right here, I can disconnect them like so. It's got the 12-volt thing on the end, so whatever I decide to use, I'll plug in the little lighter thing. Then I can plug that into my Silly Goal Zero when I need it. Got 2 little outlets there. I'm also going to put this kind of connectors up on my 12-volt fan connection. Maybe. I don't always need to change out things, but that's what I do. Another thing I picked up yesterday, kind of breaks into my budget a little bit. This is a bathroom rug. Oh, kind of dusty. It's so thick. Got it at Walmart. It's one of those, what do they call those? The kind of shoe thingies. It's so thick. Gel, not gel. There's no gel. Don't get gel if you're going to be out in the cold. It gets hard as a rock and it's cold. Foam, something foam, where, you know, like those slippers they make and stuff. But it keeps my feet a lot warmer when I'm sitting up straight. And also, with the 12-volt electric blanket, I got this little hospital blanket. No, I did not steal it from my last stay at the hospital. I actually bought this on, I don't know, eBay or Amazon. But you put that on top of your blankets with the 12-volt blanket underneath a few things. And I don't have any cotton here. Everything's like polyester. So cotton actually keeps you kind of colder. And then I got my negative 30-degree sleeping bag on top of this blanket my daughter and son-in-law got me a few Christmases ago. It's a polyester little hippie blanket. And then I got a 4-inch memory foam. Actually, it's not a memory foam. It's an upholstery foam from the store, the upholstery store. And then for just sitting over my lap, I got this little cheapy Sherpa kind of Wally Mart thing. Anyway, a few things to keep a little bit warmer because it gets freaking cold. So anyway, I was talking about putting a tray here and have it fold out so I can cook into my truck. That's my refrigerator right there. Those are my organic, pasture-raised, non-fertilized eggs. So what I'm going to do now is set this tray temporarily. Here's the tray with my butane stove right across here. Now it's not going to come out as far as I want it to because it's a temporary thing. Got this piece of metal here. This is going to be part of my solar fix, which you'll hear a little bit more about soon. And I'm going to set the tray right there. Since I am gas paranoid, I've got the windows open. I've got my max air vent fan on. I got the back window open, the side window open, and I opened my tailgate. It's not as early and cold as it was, but you have to trial by error before you do the permanent things. These boxes I had screwed down onto this table, so I had to unscrew that and move it if I'm going to put the swing out right here. So let me get that set up and let's cook some breakfast. I'm freaking starving. Hold on a sec. BRB. So this is the little Coleman butane stove that I picked up. I ordered online through Target for $19.99. I do have a dual Coleman, about 20 years old, that I've loaned it to my boss from the place. The place is where I have to go work because I'm not old enough to retire, and I got the word "the place" from one of my 40-year friendship friends, Moo. They always called they're retired. They're my age and they're retired. Anyway, they called it the place where they had to go to earn money to survive. Anyway, I have two lifelong friends. Rico, known her since I was 14, and Mumu I've known since I was 15, and we are still lifelong friends. It's a rare and beautiful thing. So anyway, this is the butane stove. This is the butane. Dun, dun, dun. I didn't think I could fit the big 2-burner Coleman in here. I wanted something in the mornings because, you know, I'm an early morning riser and I am scared of the dark. I don't know why. It's unreasonable. So I'm in lockdown. I want to be able to have something while I'm in lockdown. So you lay that in there. It's got this lock where you lock the canister in place. After you line it up and locked and loaded. Close this little thing, and then we should be able to turn it on. Ooh. Oh, I put this little splatter guard thing up. Not so much for splatter, but because I don't want my curtains to catch on fire. Ordered this also from Bob Wells Cheap RV Living Amazon thingy. Okay, let's turn it on and see what happens. If I explode, somebody call 911. Ooh, fire. Fire in the house. I'm gonna turn that down a bit. I have this little, what is this? I think it's a T-foul. I've had this since I was like, I don't know, 20 something years old. The rest of the set I've given to my son-in-law. He does most of the cooking. for my daughter, who, by the way, is making me a grandmother come soon, very soon. All right. Ooh, the balance is kind of... So I'm going to put down this Note 9 for a minute so I can crack those eggs in there and keep it balanced, because I don't want my home to catch on fire. BRB. Eggs are cooking. I'm just going to add a little bit of pepper, because the Beyond Meat burger that I cooked last night already has my favorites of smoked paprika, cayenne, white pepper, and what's the other thing? Smoked paprika. Oh, smoked pepper. Smoked salt, actually. Hickory smoked salt. So the burger patty's going to be pretty spicy already. But when these eggs cook a little bit, I'm going to add this that I cooked last night. I'm going to add plenty of spice, of course. I like flavor. I like spice. We'll be adding some of this on there when it's done. It seems to be working all right. The balance isn't that good because it's not set up permanent. This is trial and error. It's actually kind of warming up a little bit in here. And although I've heard people use their Coleman stove to warm up their vehicle a little bit, I don't know if it's the same with butane. Is butane different? Anybody know the difference between butane and propane, and as far as the dangers? I still carry all my propane and butane in a separate, what's it called? Those coolers in my little stowaway there. I just don't like it in my vehicle. All right. Seems to be working out. This needs to come a little bit closer to my ceiling fan, I think. So I'm going to put a swing out arm or something. That's my refrigerator right there it's setting on. But, so I'll need to add some kind of swing out screw here, and a fold down leg, and of course a few dowel pins for when it's swung back and secured there. And then we'll see how much space I have to screw those back down at the end. All right, we're cooking. Ooh, I'm so hungry. BRB. Oh yeah. Let's put some green on there. Gotta have your vegetables, right? These are vegetables. Look there, it's got jalapeno and poblanos. Love this stuff. There's breakfast. All right. Let me see. Nothing's caught on fire. Oh, that's good. By the way, everybody should have sporks, right? Pretty nifty. I like them. Ooh. Well, it's nice and warm in here. Nothing's caught on fire yet. I think I'll have to set up a little more safety features. I think we have to make sure this is totally secure, especially with the balance of these pans. I usually cook with the big red copper one, because I usually make, like, if I cook like Beyond Meat burgers or something, I want to cook for the next day or two and then just warm it up. But you are going to use this. You're going to use a small pot for your coffee. So, success. And now for the plan. We'll go on to the solar, and the snake next video. Still can't deal with that just yet. Scared. So, breakfast is on. This is my guy Sharon. Peace, love, and understanding, everybody. Take care of yourselves out there.